Welcome back. Our friend Dr. Alla with Cereset is with us this morning. She did something pretty cool this morning. She kind of a demo of her product. She's going to walk us through that, and she joins us live in studio. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So you were here earlier doing a bit of a demo. We've got some video. If you don't mind just sort of sharing with people
absolutely
what we're seeing and how it's impacting this person's life, that would be great. So let's bring the video up, guys, and she can walk us through.
Absolutely. Devin was the brave participant this morning, and so I am placing a Cereset home headband on his head right now. On the frontal part of his head, there are two sensors that are going to measure his emotional processing fitness, if you will. And on the areas above his ears, there are two sensors in the headband that measure his stress response and how his stress fitness is. So I'm turning on the tablet right now, getting up the actual software. He has earbuds in his ears. And as soon as I choose the actual time that I'm going to play, which was a 4-minute session for Devin, he starts to hear tones in his ears. And those tones are a direct reflection of what the headband sensors are actually picking up from his two areas that we're mirroring. That information goes into our algorithm within the software, converts it into the tone that he hears in his ears, and he's literally listening to his own brain right now in real time.
So then what's the benefit to him? After 4 minutes, what is he going to walk away with and go, okay, now I feel X, Y, or Z?
Well, what he feels is what he feels, because each Cereset experience is individualized for the person actually experiencing it. He is listening to his own brain output, his own brain frequencies and rhythms right now, particularly the ones that are in the headband measuring the frontal part, and the ones over his temples measuring the temporal lobe, which is the autonomic nervous system. So what he experiences is possibly deep relaxation, possibly maybe some excitation where he might just be more alert. Devin had mentioned that, hey, that was cool at the end, because he said, yeah, it just was relaxing. I felt like I did want to lay down and just rest.
So for people that maybe are thinking, hey, that sounds kind of cool, like what kind of people do you work with, and what sort of benefits can they expect?
Anyone who comes in with a brain can experience some greatness with Cereset. So it really is a wide variety of people. We see people who have had, emotional trauma, people who have had physical trauma. The main things that we look at Cereset is people who have had sleepless nights, that just can't get that deep sleep. People who have lost their energy levels. People who just can't get up and get going. We see people who have emotional dysregulation. They can't quite, do their day like they once did. They definitely have difficulty coping with stress. And, we call stress different things every day. We call work stress, we call our kids stress. But true stress is something that we all have experienced at some point in our life. We've redefined stress as something that we're living with every day, and it's wiring our brain in such a way that its set point is in a flight and fight or in a completely withdrawn state. So Cereset helps you see your brain in real time, and your brain on its own terms resets itself, rebalances, and it lets it start from scratch, if you will.
So it helps them sort of erase or mitigate some of the stress that I'm feeling, or?
It will erase or change the way it wants to move and the way it wants to work, with less resistance, less energy expenditure, more efficiency, so you can get the things done in your days that you want to get done.
And do I go see you just for 4-minute sessions?
No, when you come into our office, you go through a 5-session series, and those are anywhere between 42 minutes to 60 minutes, depending on the client and depending on how they're classified on their medical history. And then the Cereset Home, which you've seen on the video, is something that they use every day to help support the changes that the brain is making. So there's a continuous process. You're seeing up on the screen right now the scores that we actually attained from Devin's session, and you can see the big score of 92 is what we term his personal brain index. The other scores are his stress fitness and his emotional fitness, and overall his scores are really good this morning, and so kudos to him that he has a really happy, ready to go brain this morning. So in light of stress, I would extrapolate from his data that he probably would actually do well.
Nice. We got about 20 seconds left, so if people want to get a hold of you, what's your website?
You bet. We are located at 3029 Brant Drive South, right next to the Learning Circle and Horace Mann Insurance and Clarity Brain Centers. We are 701-566-5231. Right now, we're running a special, so I encourage people to call us at our office, 701-566-5231. It's a special that you can't give up or mess up.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you
We
for having
appreciate
me.
it. All right, stick around. We got much more coming up right after this.